Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I am going to be painting my toilet brush holder. Yay! I've got this container stuck up here just to hold it. It fits beautifully around that insert. So we've got a lovely holder. It has been washed and then left outside to dry, so the dust got in it, so that's not what you think it is in there. How does it get any better? So step first is to wipe it down with some alcohol just to make sure it is as clean as I can get it. You know, as I say, it has been scrubbed clean with soap and water, and now to just wipe it down with a bit of alcohol. You don't have to do this step, but I did it with the toilet seat and it seemed to help, so I'm going to do it with this as well. Now, I'm once again not going to put it where there's going to be liquid. This is just standard acrylic paint mixed for acrylic pouring, and I don't wish to lose it when I'm using the brush. You know, the brush goes where the brush grows. So we're just going to leave that completely white and just pour around the rim that way. So I've got another camera set up over here to capture this all for us so that I can just do the two cameras. How cool is that? Hopefully it's very cool. Hopefully it will work. If not, it's all good. Now, I look back on the video of what colours I used on the toilet seat, and I don't have any grass green left. So I'm using Viridian Hue, which is quite a different green. It's a lot more blue green. That's got silicone in it. I do have some of the orange that I used, which is the Vermilion orange. So that one's going in there. I don't have any phthalo blue, but I do have Prussian blue. So that one's going in there. So it's not going to be quite the same. It will be different. And the other colour I used was yellow ochre. Now, I've got some gold to be my yellow ochre this time. And I just get that I'd like to put a bit of copper in it too. So we've got a bit of copper. And of course the last colour to go in is white. And I don't have a lot of that either. But that's okay. There's more than enough for this small surface. And I didn't check the consistency of this. It needs a bit of water. Blob, blob. It's not far off. So let's just pop a little bit of water in that. And there it is. For doing water, I just have this little squeeze bottle. And I can just put in a little amount at a time and kind of control it. If you try pouring out of an open vessel, well, if you're anything like me anyway, you'll end up with a big splosh and you go, oh no, now I have to add 5 times more paint, and I didn't want to do that, and blah blah blah. So that's a lot better. And when you're adding anything to your paint, make sure that you stir it well, unless it's oil, so you don't end up with clumpy bits, which has got some extra water and some without extra water. You know what I mean? This side camera looks quite blue. I'm blue, da da dee da da da, la dee dee da da do 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 do. Okay. So now I need a pouring vessel. Where's one of my tins? I like to use these bent tins. These are old tuna tins. I know that creamed rice and cat food also come in these sort of same smooth-sided tins here in New Zealand at least. And I use them for a lot of my painting, as you may notice. And I've got a edge cut can opener. And although these have got ring pulls on them, as you can see here, where possible, I make sure that my family uses the can opener, and it cuts the seal rim and gives you a smooth, unsharp edge on both sides. And then you can use this as lids, unless you bend the tin, of course. Anyway, there's my hint and tip for the day. So let's move that out of the way. Put that down there. I'm going to start with some white. As I said, there's not a lot of it. And then go good blue. I'm going to do some layers, I think, because I don't need a lot of paint to get layers. I'm just, instead of pouring, I'm just going to do it this way. Maybe I'll pour this one because there's quite a bit of that. Because I can't do a flip cup on a 3D object. It just does not seem to work, oddly enough. So 3D objects are definitely a different kettle of fish than pouring onto a flat surface. Now, some of you might be going, okay, she's pouring on a toilet. She's poured on a toilet seat. What on earth? Now she's pouring on her toilet brush. What is this all about? On the Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group, we have a monthly challenge, and you don't have to participate if you don't want to, but it's fun, so why not? So this month's challenge was on, through, or for the bathroom. And if you look back through my month's videos, you'll see pouring through a soap dish, pouring on soap dispensers, all sorts of stuff. So having some fun basically is what that's all about. Now I know that there's going to be a lot of runoff on this, and you know what I'm getting, I might do, is grab a sheet of pre-gessoed canvas. Now this stuff comes in pads. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description. If I don't, remind me and I will get you the link. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that putting it on top of a tile so it gives it a nice firm surface, and then I'm going to put the tile, I've just got some paint there, I don't want to sit it on the paint. I'm going to put the tile in a couple of cups, a couple of tins, and then sit that on top of there. Who knows, we might get 2 paintings out of this. You know what I should do, which I'm going to do, and change my mind. Instead of putting it on the tins, wait right here, I'll be back. Under the bench I go. Up, up, up and away. And get my Lazy Susan. There we go. That's going to be a lot more efficient. How's that? What do you reckon? Huh? Pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's see what magic gets created. Alright. Limber up those shoulders. Yeehaw! Party time. Excellent. Oh, dear me. Are you willing to be as silly as you truly be? Now, I'm going to start here. And just start pouring down. I'm not doing this very smooth and evenly, am I? How's it looking? Pretty funky. Still got heaps of paint to go, so don't worry about the blank bits. They will get filled. She says slowing down to make sure all the areas get covered in paint. Oh, this is cool. Hold on. Now, that's cool. And I'm just going to make sure that the paint covers the whole thing, so that when I come around next time, do I need to come around next time? Good question. The whole thing is covered. That's pretty funky. Oh, I like that. I really like that bit. Let me show you. Look at that. It's funky. Alright, I've got enough paint. I'm going to come around again. Just keep pouring, just keep pouring. No, I'm gonna stop at that point. Oh, it's funky. Definitely need to invite some of these to run a little bit more. I was kind of pouring at the same speed all the way around, instead of these bits were at the back. But there's lots of paint required compared to the front, which is a third of less size. That's cool. Come on, Danny, come. Where you see it getting stuck, you can just touch, and it just sort of, especially if you've already got paint on there, it just sort of invites it to flow through those areas as well. And if you do it in a funky pattern, hey, if it doesn't flow over it, it still looks cool. So let's turn it around and make sure it's dripping off all the bits. All right. So, yes, I do like it. I'm not sure I like this big lump that seems to be jumping out there. So, there seems to be a lump in the actual paint. Look at that. Yeah. Where did you come from, my lovely? And become a lump in my paint. This is funky. Funky junky. Alright. I'm gonna get the torch out. Where is that? I'm gonna use the big one because I can. Oh, check out all those cells showing up. Crikey. There's a lot of cells in there. Let me get you in a little bit closer. Look at all those cells. Wow. So we've had one run of paint through the center, through into the middle, but that's the lot, which is great. Ooh, I don't know what this is going to look like when it's dry, because all those cells are now starting to run. Well, it's always a good experiment. Interesting. Alright, so I'm going to leave this one to dry, and we will get to see it together in a day or so. But you don't have to wait a day or so. Aren't you lucky? I have to wait a couple of days. You get to see it in 3, 2, 1. All right, here she blows. Yeah. This is what happens when it just runs down the sides. Some of you have asked me in the past when I've done 3D objects, why don't I use the thinner paint? Because there'd be nothing left, it'd just all run off. I actually, like, in a bizarre way, I really quite like it. It's kind of reminds me of when you carve through the side of a hill to make a road or something, and you unearth all the layers. It's quite funky, quite fun, and this almost looks like a what are those things called? Forest. So I'm quite happy with this. It's just going to sit in the toilet in the back corner, so it really doesn't need to be anything too special, but it was fun, and it certainly fits in with our month's challenge of in, for, or through the bathroom. And for those of you that were worrying whether the colours that I substituted will work, here is the toilet seat, and it's very different in that, you know, this is all lines and streaky, and this is all cells and stuff, but it'll go. It will not look horrendously bad next to each other. They'll mutedly tone towards each other, and it's all well and good. So many of you have been asking about how I'm going to seal the toilet seat. I have ordered a product which I'm going to use for that, and I will do a video of that product. It may take a little while. The product's not going to arrive for a little while. Amazon seems to think that 2 months delivery for that is okay, so fine. I could buy it here in a shop, and Amazon's are like half the price, and I have credit on Amazon from all you amazingly wonderful people clicking on the Amazon links in my descriptions and buying stuff, because it doesn't cost you any more to click on my links, but I get like 4% as a affiliate. So super grateful for all of you doing that. So we are a bit delayed on sealing the toilet seat until that product arrives, and when it does, it's a bit of a process to get it to test worthiness. So yeah, I might test the test worthiness on something other than the toilet seat though. So I'm just going around scraping all the chunks off so this can sit nice and stable on the ground. This one though, I'm not actually going to use anything special to seal it. It's not going to have any chance of being subjected to large quantities of water that's not just going to run straight off, unless of course it sits in water and heaven forbid anything like that happens, because if the toilet floods, it's either going to be really stinky or my entire gallery and studio will flood, because it's all on the same level. So let's cross fingers for that not being created. And yeah, I'm just going to spray varnish this just so that it's got something sealing it, but just enough just to seal it. My little pot that I had it sitting in actually got really sucked on there, and I had to, and it's left a ring of green paint off the pot on there, but that's alright, that'll clean off. So if you've enjoyed this, hit the like button. If you've created anything magical, mystery tour like for the challenge, please go to the actual event page and post your photos and videos there. I'd love to see them, and it's a lot easier for me to find them all in one place if they're on that event page. I really do quite like that. It's quite funky. So check that out, and if you have any ideas for what next month's challenge should be, let me know in the comments. I'm super keen to get that up and running in time for us to get it started beginning of the month. And you know what? That starts next week. Our kids go on school holidays this weekend, and October starts on Sunday, I think. So it might be Monday. Might be Monday. My friend's birthday's on the 30th, and I can't remember whether it's Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, all good. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming to play. And how much fun can you choose today? Whether you're painting or not. What if you being you was more fun when you're being you than when you're not? I adore you all. Have fun, and I will see you in the next video, but only if you've subscribed. Please subscribe, hit the bell button, all that, you know, funky YouTube stuff. And I will see you in the next video, which, by the way, Secret Squirrel is pretty darn cool. Watching it dry right now, and I'm very excited about that one. So, do a little drum roll, please. Bye-bye. Okay. So, I'm taking this on the end, I think. This is what's dripped off. Basically, this is straight after I said 3, 2, 1. This little bit came out of the tin. And I'm not sure whether I want to keep this or not. Definitely don't want to. I'm actually really liking this piece in here. You know what I want to do? I wish I had some cabochons, because I would love to capture that, but I don't have any blank cabochons. So I might just have to let that dry and cut it out later. I'm just going to leave it just like that. That's quite pretty. That's quite pretty. But I'm just going to leave it just like that. I really like this. Super like it. Let me zoom you in. Pretty, isn't it? I think it is. Alright guys, I'll show you this once it's dry too.